Hello, this is Swami Pranava, and I'm back with another video with Easy English, and I'm talking about lunch today. I met with some people, and I had a very interesting conversation in Vietnamese. But of course, in this video, I'm providing some easy content for you to learn English, and so I'm going to speak in English, and I'm simply going to tell you the story of what happened today at lunch. So I was sitting with Kamala, and she asked me, when did you first start learning Vietnamese? And I said it was the year 2010. Oh, and there's some lightning here, so I'm going to show you how beautiful it is. See the forest out there? Can you hear that? That's the thunder in Dalat. It's so beautiful here. All right, so I'll give you just a little view of where I'm staying here. It's very beautiful. Okay, so Kamala asked me when I first started studying Vietnamese. And I said it was the year 2010. It was when I first came to Vietnam, very first time. And I tried to speak a little bit with people, and they were so friendly. And it really touched my heart. And so I wanted to learn Vietnamese. And I asked one of our staff members, Ganga Chaitanya, who is a senior person. She's been with us over 13 years now. And she was only about 20 at the time. And she was just joining staff. But I said, can you help me to buy a book to learn Vietnamese? And so we were in Ho Chi Minh City, and she took me to a bookshop. But it was very funny because we asked the employee of the bookshop, do you have any books to learn Vietnamese? And the person, I remember, looked at us kind of funny, like, books to learn Vietnamese in Ho Chi Minh City? Why would you want a book to learn Vietnamese? Because at that time, there were not very many tourists, very many foreigners, staying in Ho Chi Minh City. But the person in the store, the employee of the store, said, oh, go over there. I think there's some books to learn Vietnamese. So we went and looked, and I wasn't very impressed with any of the books. They didn't look like they were that helpful. But as we were walking in the store, I saw on the floor a book for learning Vietnamese, and I said, that one looks better. And I opened it up, and sure enough, it was a fairly good book. Okay. So anyway, I started studying on my own. But the point of all of this is that I did not realize how different Vietnamese was from English, because I had learned Spanish, I had learned French, but Spanish and French are very close to English compared to an Asian language like Vietnamese, Japanese, Chinese. These Asian languages are very different from English, and especially Vietnamese. I think there's many reasons why Vietnamese is so challenging for foreigners, right? And then I went to the university, and it was a good program at the university. The material was good, the book was good, it had recordings. The teachers were intelligent, and they worked very hard to try to teach us. But still, the method of teaching was too detailed, and it was too oriented towards facts about Vietnamese and learning the vocabulary and the grammar, the structure of sentences. They even talked sometimes about the spacing of the words, which of course is all important, and they introduced the tones and so on. But it was too many things to put together. So they presented all the pieces of the Vietnamese language, but they didn't focus on how you put the pieces together to communicate. So later, I got a wonderful private teacher, and his name is VDC for Trân Văn Duc. And he is on YouTube. You can see him. And he made some simple videos. But the point of this is he was very patient, and he talked with me on Skype twice a week for 45 minutes, and I paid him for the lessons, but it was very much worth it. And we met for probably 3 or more years like that, and now we're still meeting occasionally. So that helped my Vietnamese more than anything. And then finally, the last part of the story, I think I've already mentioned, I found Luca Lampariello on YouTube, and he's an Italian polyglot who's, I think, brilliant in terms of conveying methods for learning languages, because he speaks 14 foreign languages, so he knows the process A to Z. It means he knows completely the process of learning. So I suggest you look at his videos as well. Okay, so thank you for your attention. Have a wonderful day.